In this documentary, Annika and Kayla, will provide valuable research about the Tang dynasty and how the Silk Road helped/affected it. Have fun, and I hope you learned something from this. In 618 CE, the Sui dynasty ended and the Tang dynasty took over. An aristocrat named Li Yuan overthrew the Sui emperor. Li Yuan became the founder and the first emperor of the Tang dynasty. So he changed his name to Tang Gaozu. Gaozu sets up his capital of China and called it Chang'an, which means long peace. To start off the Tang dynasty, he did things like leading military operations. Gaozu died on June 25th, 635 CE. The Tang dynasty was also known as the Golden Age of art and culture in China, which is known as one of the greatest periods in Chinese history. Before Gaozi died, he gave his power to Li Shimin in 626 CE. Li Shimin changed his name to Taizong, which was one of the greatest Chinese emperors and ruled for 23 years. Taizong was a powerful leader. He did things like expanding China's area into Korea and took over parts of Tibet and Turkestan, which helped unlock trade routes on land from China to India and also Central Asia. Next came Tang Gaozong in 649 CE, but Empress Wu, his wife, later on took over as well with Gaozong. She was the only woman to rule China with her own name. She was a mistress to Taizong before she became empress. Empress Wu kept the big reputation of the dynasty and also got rid of competitors or enemies by sentencing them to death or exile. She even killed her own family members. Gaozong died in 683 CE, but Wu continued to control the government. After Gaozong died, Empress Wu gave her power to his grandson Tang Xuanzong in 712 CE. During his reign, many artists and poets were made. Xuanzong made economic programs that affected China's wealth, which made it increase. He also reinstalled the aristocracy that Empress Wu ruined. When he was 60 years old, he fell in love with his son's wife, and she gained control over the emperor. She made him choose a Turkish military governor. Anushan arranged a rebellion against Xuanzong. In 763 CE, Xuanzong's son Suzong took the throne. This was the last emperor, and the rebellion got worse. This resulted in the dynasty becoming weaker. In 639 CE, the Tang dynasty started trading on the Silk Road. This helped new ideas leave and enter China. Ideas such as religions like Confucianism, Taoism, and Buddhism spread all across China. This affected a lot of the art. The Tang dynasty encouraged trade, knowing that trade will bring much wealth. Since for the Tang dynasty, they did a lot to protect their trading posts because trading was a very valuable resource to them. During the Tang dynasty, there was a lot of art, as discussed earlier in the documentary, but I'd like to point out three of Chinese most famous poets. Poets including Du Fu, Li Guo, and Wang Wei worked during the time period of the Tang dynasty. During the Tang dynasty, as stated before, art was very important to the Tang dynasty, but technology also had great strides during this era of China's history. One important thing that the Tang dynasty invented was block printing. It replaced handwritten scriptures. In 900 CE, the Tang dynasty came to an end. There were many things that were made during the period of the Tang dynasty, like Wang Wei, who wasn't only a poet but also co-founded landscape painting. Once the Tang dynasty came to a close, China was controlled under military operations. It wasn't until later in 960 CE that when the Song dynasty took over, and that's the end for the Tang dynasty. We just wanted to thank you for listening to us. Now we go do our boat plan. Bye bye.